Welcome back to my channel. I'm Will, Willovision Online. And here we are. It's Eurovision Week 2021. And we've been waiting so long for this, and as these posters show, it's finally here. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Monday afternoon's first semi-final dress rehearsal. So it's Monday, the 17th of May 2021, and this afternoon, the first dress rehearsal of the first semi-final, which will be on television tomorrow night, was available to watch, and boy did I enjoy it. Hearing the Te Deum at the beginning, seeing the graphics that the production company have gone with, and the overall presentation by the hosts. Yeah, we're definitely in for a treat. So much work has gone into preparing this song contest for this year, and you can see the first thing that's seen after the Welcome to Eurovision voiceover is heard is a recap, just a small one, of Tel Aviv 19 and the winning moment for Duncan. One of the immediate things that has struck me, they've gone with coming up promos during the contest. It's similar to what they used in Shine a Light, where the media park in Hilversum was used, and you saw the artists that were still to come in projections or in graphic on the buildings in that studio park. So they've now transferred that design theme, and potentially it was always going to be part of the contest, but that's something that we haven't seen before, where the interval acts and the coming up in the later in the week are being trailed during the production. So that's certainly new. In terms of audience and what you hear from many of the shots which train across the tiered seating in the Ahoy, though they were empty now, but that's not to say they'll be empty tonight during the jury final, or obviously tomorrow night during the televised programme. So they would leave you feeling a little empty, a little deflated to see just the rows and rows of empty seats. But again, this was a rehearsal, and the full 3,500 or so audience were not in attendance. I believe that what was being heard during the dress rehearsal was a recorded applause or an added applause. It was announced today that through the official Eurovision app, in a similar way to other programs such as Melody Festivalen, you will be able to tap on the app as many times as you like, which will then dictate how loudly the TV Mix cheers will be on the night. There will be more than 3,000 people in the audience, but in order for the production to sound even stronger, these features are going to be used. The app applause and cheer for your favourite will be available from tomorrow night and on Thursday night, and again in the grand final. This was the first broadcast that I've seen of Montaigne and Technicolor, and I have to say it blends in really well. The lighting that's been used, the way in which it's been produced, she sounds fantastic. So these things will all flow quite neatly through. Of course, it would have been wonderful if she had been there, but unfortunately that's not the case. There will be a live link to her during the announcement of the result, so if she does qualify, we will get to see her on screen, and that was being tested somewhere with somebody in a room, but I'm sure that tomorrow, even though the time difference and all, she will be awake and she will be seen on air. In terms of Leslie Roy for Ireland, it looks like things are getting better each time that she rehearses. The moves, the timing, and the voice, it was all pretty good today. So it's fingers crossed there for my home nation. Changes seen in costume. We had a different dress from Roxanne. Yes, gone was the more casual look, and in its place, ombre, orange floral fading to a lavender or lilac type dress. Completely different to what we've seen before. Looks great with her hair. She's certainly getting better in her performances as they've gone along. The fact that they cut out so much from the first one where she was emotionally overwhelmed. So I think she's definitely doing really well. Another change noted in Katerina from Go A. She's now wearing a kind of headdress or tiara. It's quite dark on her dark hair, but it looks like it has like a dark red or like ruby stones. It's a very organic looking. It's another added element when the halos are held behind her by the backing dancers. We'll see if that does or doesn't remain. Just before Malta, there was a cut where, and I think this possibly was just for rehearsal reasons, where the set was about to do its reset with the lights at the point of the flag, the lights reset and the tone, and then it went immediately down to the green room and Chantal, where she discussed the Eurovision app. I think this possibly was just a covering all bases style rehearsal moment, and then it went back and picked back up, and once again Malta were ready to perform. Destiny wearing the hair that she was going to have at the turquoise carpet, but unfortunately she didn't make it. I'm not sure if that is actually a permanent change or she was just not going to miss the chance to wear it because she couldn't yesterday. The Power of Water interval was performed with Davina Michelle. It's really beautiful the way it shows the coast and the sea of the Netherlands. The postcards, how could I not mention those? Each individual one recorded in a different part of towns and cities and landmarks all over the Netherlands. Beautifully made with all those personalized touches inside in these little frame houses, and then via the power of green screen, each and every artist has been superimposed into their little space, and we see them for a little moment doing something or other that just connects them to the space, and then it's time for them to perform. Really effective. It's in keeping with the idea of, for example, in Lisbon, where they would open the door and walk through. Unfortunately, of course, they're not there, but it still works in a virtual way. As a four, the hosts seem really comfortable on stage. They know their script and they're comfortable in its delivery. It'll be interesting to see how they would react if something went slightly off. Not that I wish it to. They seem so rehearsed, so in the zone. I don't think anything could faze them. There was mention made that a full orchestra will be seen on Saturday night. No other context other than the fact that the full orchestra would return to Eurovision on Saturday evening in some capacity. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. After Malta, it was time for Italy, Germany and the Netherlands to perform. For the result of the semi-final in the rehearsal, Jan and Chantal introduced the new executive supervisor, Martin Oosterdal, and we get to hear his new catchphrase for the first time. But I'm not going to spoil it right now, you'll just have to watch. But it is quite in keeping with Jan Ola Sand's Take It Away. And for the purposes of this rehearsal, the qualifiers were Romania, Israel, Cyprus, Lithuania, Norway, Azerbaijan, Australia, Sweden, Malta, and North Macedonia. When they cut to the reactions, it was stand-ins in each and every of the country booths with the flag lamp, who put on a great show and a fantastic delight when they were qualified through, which was very funny to watch. And unlike in previous years, the qualifiers will not be called to the stage. They will remain in place as the credits roll. It's a really slick production. There are a couple of other bits I haven't mentioned that are in there, but I don't want to spoil everything. But I can't wait for this show to go live because we're now on track. This is it. Eurovision has begun. So that was just a little taster of the dress rehearsal for semi-final one held on Monday afternoon, the 17th of May. I'll be bringing further updates tomorrow when I give my opinion on how the jury final for semi-final one has gone as we gear up to the big one, the live first semi-final for Rotterdam 2021. Thank you for all the subscriptions and the likes and the comments. I love them all and it's great to get them. Thanks for watching. More Eurovision Song Contest tomorrow.